Vincent Christopher, at the age of 14, was amazed by the animatronics at Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater. He wanted to do something with animatronics when he grew up. Then, 20 years later, he formed a company named Fazbear Entertainment and lived his dream of working with animatronics. He built animatronics for the TV show below. Fredbear and Friends. 1983, Fredbear and Friends was the first television show Fazbear Entertainment created. It featured animatronic characters that would talk and interact with each other. There were different characters consisting of Fredbear, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy the Pirate. There would often be a conflict, then Fredbear or Freddy would solve it while singing a song that relates to the solution. Usually the conflict was made by Foxy or the others by mistake. Vincent was really proud of himself to make the animatronics and direct the show. But sadly, the show got cancelled because it was costing too much to program 5 animatronic characters. But after 4 years, in 1987, the show got reruns on TV before it was officially cancelled in 1990. Fredbear's Family Diner, 1987, the first restaurant that Fazbear Entertainment had created. The restaurant contained 2 animatronic characters who were, from left to right, Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. Fredbear was from Fredbear and Friends. And Spring Bonnie was totally new. At the time, Fazbear Entertainment created something called a spring lock suit. A suit that would be wearable and would still function as an animatronic, if you're not in it. To function the spring lock suit, you would have to open up a small door in the back of the animatronic, and insert a crank. Then you would turn the crank clockwise until it was in costume mode. When you get out, then you would turn the crank counterclockwise, and it would then be able to function as an animatronic. Fazbear Entertainment, however, stopped making spring lock suits because of 2 spring lock failures. Another interesting thing is at the prize corner, you could get small walking and talking animatronics nicknamed as a plush trap or finger trap. It was basically a tiny spring Bonnie that was fully movable and would talk to its owner. They also sold Fredbear Plus Highs. In 1996, Fredbear's sadly had to close down. Fredbear was scrapped and Spring Bonnie was later kept in the 1997 Freddy's before being found and used in Fazbear's Fright. The new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, 1987, the second restaurant that Fazbear Entertainment created. This Freddy's was a family restaurant that provided entertainment via singing and dancing animatronic mascots like the last one. Despite the previous restaurant having the primary mascot and figurehead named Fredbear, the main character is named Toy Freddy Fazbear, along with his bandmates being named Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica. There was also Toy Foxy, who was a put-together and take-apart attraction. These 4 are the most advanced animatronics Fazbear Entertainment has ever created. They were equipped with facial recognition, that could scan someone while looking at them and detect if it is a criminal, and were able to call the police, if there was a criminal. This location also had 2 new characters named BB and the Puppet. BB's purpose would be advertising balloons. Hence the sign he held that reads balloons. He did not move, and there was a speaker in his mouth where he would talk and often advertise how you can get balloons at the prize corner. The puppet was basically a jack-in-the-box. When the crank is turned, it plays a music box melody, often my grandfather's clock. If the music stops, the lid slowly opens and the puppet slowly rises out. He would say something before slowly going back down and the lid becomes shut. His movements are similar to the Murray Bridge Bunyip. The main band and Toy Foxy was named after the characters in Fredbear and Friends. See above. After 4 weeks, this Freddy Fazbear's Pizza got closed down. The toy animatronics were scrapped due to malfunctions. However, in the parts and service room, was all the animatronics that were in Fredbear and Friends, excluding Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. They were kept in hopes of a possible reorganization of the company. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, 1997, the third restaurant that Fazbear Entertainment created. Opened in 1997, this restaurant had 4 animatronics that were from Fredbear and Friends, excluding Fredbear, was repaired so that they would work properly again. They were also given new suits that were modeled after the old ones, but the endoskeleton stayed the same. These animatronics were stored in the previous restaurant in the parts and service room, before it got closed down. Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie the Bunny, and Chica the Chicken were the names of the characters. Foxy the Pirate had his own stage, Pirate Cove, that was eventually put out of order. This was the second restaurant to use the spring lock suits. After a few years, in 2002, an incident occurred when a man murdered 5 kids in total inside the backstage of the pizzeria. The suspect was eventually caught, but in the end, neither the children nor their bodies were ever found. After the murder, less and less people started to come to Freddy's, and the company was not getting enough money. They had to do a few things to balance their budget, such as taking out the arcade games that were beside Pirate Cove, and making Pirate Cove out of order completely, but it didn't matter. The pizzeria closed down in 2003. Fun fact, this pizzeria is the one Fazbear Entertainment is most known for. Hence why we named the website Freddy Fazbear's Pizza instead of Fazbear Entertainment. Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction, the first attraction that Fazbear Entertainment created. Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction, was a replica of the old Freddy Fazbear's Pizza located inside a local amusement park, meant to revive the decades-old urban legends that surrounded the establishment. In the early development of the attraction, some of the soon-to-be managers were digging through the original pizzeria, see above, to find some props and decorations for Fazbear's Fright. The list of what they found is leftover animatronic heads and bodas from the backstage, children's drawings, unused poster artwork of the mascots, arcade cabinets, an old box with animatronic masks from the 1987 Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a fan, a cardboard paper plate man, a desk, an animatronic mask from the puppet, who was from the 1987 location. Plastic present decorations. After 3 more hours of searching, they found an old Spring Bonnie animatronic from Fredbear's Family Diner. They then put all of this in the soon-to-be attraction. Outfitted with old animatronic parts and suits, as well as dim lighting and true-to-life decor, patrons would walk through the building like a haunted house. Spring Bonnie is now heavily damaged with a dirty golden color. This is probably due to years of rotting and collecting dust. The attraction was supposed to open every Halloween, but before it even opened its doors, it burned down. This was probably because of faulty wiring. Only a few items survived the fire, and they were sold at public auction. See our collectibles page. Vincent Christopher was the founder of Fazbear Entertainment and creator of all the animatronics featured in Fazbear Entertainment. He had 2 sons named Max and Cameron. Max was very sensitive and would cry easily. Cameron bullied him because of this. Vincent, being the creator of the animatronics, usually kept some of the animatronics in his house. Cameron bullied Max by putting on one of his dad's animatronic masks and scaring him. However, Cameron quickly regretted being a bully on Max's birthday party. Max had his birthday at Fredbear's Family Diner, and was injured by an animatronic because Cameron and his friends shoved him into the animatronic's mouth. The animatronic's spring locks loosened and bit Max, crushing his skull. The doctor had to perform a lobotomy in order for him to survive. And he did. But he mysteriously was found dead in front of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, 1987, a month later. Leaving only Vincent and Cameron left in the family. This made Vincent give up. But in 10 years, he wanted to make another restaurant to honor the death of his son. So he created Freddy Fazbear's Pizza in 1997. But after 6 years, 5 children went missing inside the pizzeria, and then less people started to come. Vincent was forced to shut the restaurant down in 2003. But that very same night, Cameron said he heard his dad opening the door and walking out of the house. The next day, Vincent was not in the house. And Cameron lived with his mom until he grew up. This has made many people believe that all the restaurants Fazbear Entertainment has created to be haunted. Specifically the 1997 Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which has remained longer than Fredbear's, the other Freddy's, or Fazbear's Fright. Even though it is closed. Other cool facts: Freddy Fazbear's Pizza 1997, each member of the Fazbear band has their own separate curtain that rose up and gone down. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza 1997, every Easter, only Bonnie and Chica would perform since bunnies and chickens are both Easter icons. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza 1997, one of the foods on the menu was popcorn, to watch the band perform. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza 1987, 1987's Freddy's was the only one to deliver pizza to your door. However, this was not continued in 1997. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza 1997, Bonnie's fur was originally lavender, however this was changed in 2001 due to confusion that Bonnie was a girl, instead of a boy. It was changed to blue. Fredbear and Friends, 1983, Fredbear's Family Diner, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, 1997, Fazbear's Fright. The animatronics fur was made out of fabric and cloth.